technology propels forward, our cars are not just evolving, they're becoming marvels of innovation with price tags that would leave even royalty speechless. From a car specially designed for the wealthiest of the wealthiest, to a car that's worth more than 500 Lamborghini. Join us as we show you some of the most expensive cars in the entire world. Number 17. Zuckerbergs Pagani HRA. When Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg commits to something, he doesn't start small. So when this king of the metaverse set his sights on joining the elite circle of billionaire exotic car collectors, only the most audaciously advanced would do. Enter the Pagani HRA, piston-powered spaceship to mere mortals, and Zuckerberg's reported 1.4 million tickets into the seven-figure hypercar club back in 2014. To gaze upon its flowing carbon titanium skin, revealing the mechanical glory below, is to marvel at a kinetic sculpture worthy of any modern art gallery. This fusion of form and machine is no accident either. Horacio Pagani obsessed for years over every cutting-edge detail as the HRA took shape. Named for the god of wind in Incan mythology, active aerodynamics shape-shift its silhouette in motion, forming a sublime wake that matches performance to presence. And what prodigious presence the HRA delivers, care of a bespoke 6-liter biturbo AMG V12, transmitting fury through 7 clutches. A Formula One-bred suspension orients itself for apex lunges, just as readily as boulevard cruises, with the AMG motor humming approvingly all the while. It's no wonder Mark felt compelled to add Pagani's Picasso of speed to his mechanized empire. Owning this piece of avant-garde has little to do with money either, given Mark's multi-billion-dollar empire built on digital domination. Clearly, he remains as smitten by rare ingenuity on 4 wheels as the keyboard where his legacy was forged. For Mark and select billionaire brethren like him, the privilege of piloting such a peerless machine is beyond value. The Pagani HRA instead represents that rarest of treasures, the thrill of experiencing what very few fellow pioneers on Earth ever will. Number 16. Apollo Intensa Emozione. In the circles of billionaire supercar connoisseurs, a rarefied few demand more than blistering speed from their fantasy 4-wheeled purchases. Artistry and audacity also weigh heavily. So for those seeking the ultimate expression of both, look no further than the Apollo Intensa Emozione, Enzo Ferrari's spiritual successor, promising as much passion flowing from its seductive silhouette as its 780 horsepower masterpiece of an engine. Handcrafted in Italy, wearing a badge proclaiming automotive art, the Intensa Emozione name provides the first clues to its twin intense emotion. Emotion flows from its avant-garde exterior that almost defies belief as a functioning automobile. Sliced sculptural forms guide air and eyeballs across a composition that dazzles from every angle. Throughout, the extroverted exterior breathes air and light, embracing the mechanical sculpture within. Peering through sliced carbon reveals the 6.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 ringing at 9,000 RPM, visible in motion through perfectly centered tunnels, piercing the cabin rearward. This is no mere motor carriage, but an homage to the lost art of emotional automotive experiences. Yet the Emozione marries passion with true supercar potency, punching 62 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. And unlike rivals, its front splitter and rear diffuser produce over 3,000 pounds of active downforce, allowing blurring velocities few owners would dare explore. Price? A breathtaking $2.7 million gives a fortunate few the keys to this carbon titanium fantasia. That is, if they can be pried from Apollo's owner Deutschmann, who may never surrender his Intensa Emozione showpiece created expressly by him, for him alone to savor. Number 15. Ronaldo's custom Bugatti, power, fame, and glory. Ace footballer Cristiano Ronaldo knows these fleeting spoils all too well, having scaled the height of his sport. Yet there remains another trophy this champion hungered for off the field. Enter Bugatti's La Voiture Noire. Ronaldo's 19 million reasons for making waves beyond the soccer stadium. Yet again, when rumors swirled that he'd purchased the one-off concept car in 2021. Handcrafted on the same platform underlying Bugatti's 1,500 horsepower Chiron flagship, the aptly named La Voiture Noire channels the very essence of early coach-built Bugattis into a sinister shape cloaked entirely in an abysmal void. Sinewy waists and tapered tails don the otherwise recognizable Chiron silhouette, while the famous horseshoe-shaped front grille leers through the darkened lens like a shark circling its prey. Inside this slaying beast with fenders flared, passengers acquaint themselves with the familiar mechanical thrum of Bugatti's quad-turbo 8-liter W16 motor. Bridled to Ronaldos' command, this 1,500-horsepower Leviathan bounds to 62 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Yet under that menacing sheet metal lies one crucial distinction. La Voiture Noire remains a strictly one-off concept automobile, not engineered for actual driving use. Not that reality would stop the superstar should he take delivery. This perfect obsidian sculpture may have a 9-figure price tag, but Ronaldo's net worth eclipses $500 million. This explains why the rumors continue to circulate that CR7 is indeed the secret buyer who now oversees this automotive work of art, dubbed the most expensive new car ever, and finds pride of place in his toy box of high-speed rarities. Number 14. The Egoista. What gift do you buy for the car company that seems to have everything on their anniversary? If you're Lamborghini, you create an outrageous one-of-one sculpture so extreme it defies belief as an actual automobile. The Egoista was exactly the sort of automotive madness one expects when Lamborghini's designers are given free rein to push the envelope for the company's 50th birthday. Their shape-shifting creation combines hedonism with aeronautical inspiration only the way Lamborghini can. Above the single cockpit canopy swirls a vortex of creases and angles, seemingly unconnected, yet still coalescing into a menacing mechanical visage. Scissor doors rise to reveal this stealth fighter's origins, right down to the jet fighter ejection seat inside should its V-10 pilot need to abandon ship. Yes, somewhere beneath the origami bodywork lies the drivetrain of Gallardo, Lamborghini's entry-level model. But the Egoista is about showcasing outlandish styling and technology, not horsepower one-upmanship. Its mere existence was to shock and awe for a single series of debut events before retiring this birthday showcase to the company's museum for posterity. Value? Try $117 million. Not that the Egoista will ever sell, but imagine a world where the most extreme automobilia imaginable could command 9-figure price tags by exclusivity alone. Clearly, Lamborghini scored the ultimate vanity project to commemorate their first 50 years in the wildest way possible. Number 13. Qatari Royal Lamborghini. In the blistering desert landscape surrounding Qatar's glittering capital, one flash of color stands out from all the rest. An electric purple Lamborghini Aventador streaking down 6-lane highways weaving between glass skyscrapers. Outrageous supercars are a dime a dozen along these roads. But this vivid vision belongs to royalty, namely Nasser Al Thani, a member of the ruling house of Thani, whose family presides over the oil-rich country and its 300 billion sovereign wealth fund. Being a prince has its privileges, of course, so no standard production Aventador would suffice. The royal family commissioned a full custom paint finish in their signature tones, regal purple offset with contrasting orange stripes reminiscent of flowing desert dunes. Out back, the thunderous, normally aspirated V12 engine's growl is augmented by crackling flames shooting intermittently from the exhaust pipes. A mere flick of a switch triggers this dragon's fiery breath to the delight of passers-by. From its scissor doors to its menacing stance, one glance telegraphs this is no ordinary Lambo, and that suits a Qatari prince just fine. When you hail from a dynasty that views Bugatti Veyrons and Koenigsegg's as disposable playthings, only the most ostentatious exotic to flaunt your place atop the food chain will do. Number 12. Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut. The words "world's most expensive car" have been thrown around more than a set of custom Birkin luggage in the offices of glossy celebrity tabloids. But seldom does an auto auction produce a sale where this title can be definitively bestowed. That was until May 2022, when the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe became the undisputed champion after trading owners for an astonishing $143 million, making it the most valuable car ever. Produced in 1955 exclusively for high-speed racing, the 300 SLR remains one of the rarest Mercedes models in existence, with just 2 examples built. After being locked away out of public view for decades deep in the company's archives, Mercedes made the unprecedented decision to allow one of their crown jewels to go under the gavel. Bidding started at $50 million, but the room soon erupted into a bidding war of seismic proportions between agents representing anonymous ultra-wealthy collectors. When the hammer fell after tense negotiations, a mystery buyer had secured the 300 SLR for over $140 million, enough to buy several private islands in the Caribbean. While the SLR may be worth its weight in gold, whoever ponied up the near $250 million will likely never drive their prize. As a temperamental vintage race car, this piece of history is perhaps destined to remain locked away, emerging only occasionally as a crown jewel exhibit at exclusive Concours events to remind the world of its unmatched value. Number 11. The Birdmans Maybach Exelero. In the world of hip-hop royalty and high-end exotics, there are few bigger ballers than Brian "Birdman" Williams. As co-founder of the influential Cash Money record label, this rapper-turned-mogul has the kind of car collection that would leave even Jay Leno envious. But in 2011, he cemented his status as the ultimate auto connoisseur by dropping $8 million on a one-of-one Maybach Exelero, one of history's most famous luxury one-offs. Legend has it that Birdman made the Exelero's original owner an offer he couldn't refuse after laying eyes on it leaving a show, forcing the unnamed seller to part ways on the spot with his prized limited edition. Despite resembling a futuristic bullet train more than a car, under the mile-long hood lies an old-school 690 horsepower, 5.9 liters, twin-turbo V12 engine. This 12-cylinder power plant serves as the churning, pistoned heart for the entire sinuous form of this concept car brought to life. Its prominent rear wing and unique streamlined shape seem to defy physics by appearing in perpetual motion even while standing still. A bit like its new owner, who hasn't slowed the pace of his success since rising from poverty to launch his music empire, a modern-day Phoenix fitted with V12 wings. The Exelero may have been built way back in 2005, but 17 years later, Birdman has no intention of feathering this milestone vehicle from his nest of collectibles anytime soon. Number 10. SP Automotive Chaos. In the rarefied realm of boutique hypercar startups promising unbelievable speed born of radical engineering and avant-garde styling, SP Automotive ranks among the most mysterious and the most menacing. Enter the SPX Automotive Chaos. Even the name alone conjures shock and awe. And by all indications of what's been shown thus far, this proclaimed hyperbeast doesn't intend to disappoint. Visually, Chaos lives up to its brutish name. Honed from angular shards of exposed carbon fiber, its fierce demeanor and aggressive aero announce chaotic speed intent from every plane. Flared haunches engulf massive center-lock wheels, while scissor doors rise to unveil a Spartan interior, prioritizing only the performance essentials. But beneath that chiseled exterior is where true chaos reigns. A quad-turbocharged 4-liter V10 reputedly churns out an astonishing 2,000 kilowatts, equivalent to nearly 3,000 raging horsepower. Exact performance metrics remain closely guarded secrets for now, but SPX boasts of 60 miles per hour, coming in around 1.5 seconds, with theoretical top speed eclipsing 310 miles per hour. Numbers that would leave even 7-figure dedicated track weapons gasping in defeat. Of course, such outrageous speed capability in a mid-sized carbon fiber sculpture with custom everything was never going to be affordable. But the 14 million and change SP Automotive hopes to extract per Chaos still seems grossly underpriced for a machine promising Bugatti performance on steroids. Clearly, there's no shortage of moneyed risk-takers signing up to tame this quad-turbo beast once the proposed 80-car run commences at year's end. Let's hope this really is a case where chaos reigns for all the right reasons. Number 9. The Golden Lamborghini. In the world of blinged-out luxury vehicles, no surface commands attention like precious metal finishes. And for German engineer Robert Gulpen, No canvas seemed more fitting for such a shining statement than the Lamborghini Aventador, Sant'Agata's razor-edged 690 horsepower flagship. His vision? To create a drivable 1:8 scale model of the Aventador exquisitely rendered in pure, solid gold. Not mere gold plating, mind you, but over 500 pounds of 24-karat yellow gold. Every surface was hand-worked by master craftsmen until the sculpture perfectly replicated the Aventador form in flawless golden splendor, half the length of your average stretch limousine. The world swooned at this tiny four-wheeled ingot when Gulpen's team unveiled it in 2013 with a heart-stopping $350,000 price, reflecting both its scale and scintillating substance. Consider that sum nearly on par with its life-sized V12-powered inspiration. Yet despite the fanfare and collectability factor of this heavyweight showstopper, a full-scale functioning gold Lamborghini remains just a dream. Its fabrication is still too extreme for even niche exotic car makers. But imagine the scenes witnessing a 20-foot-long golden Aventador coupe navigating the bustling streets of Los Angeles or Monaco. Reflective metalwork glinting in the sun, blinding onlookers in its 20 million radiance. Its mere presence would be solid gold with 4 wheels for the ultra-wealthy collector who could conceive this 24-karat fantasy that continues captivating supercar lovers almost a decade later. Number 8. Bugatti Bolide. In the relentless quest for staggering speed, no name looms larger than Bugatti, the French icon synonymous with boundary-shattering velocity for over a century. Yet recently, Bugatti elected to push the performance paradigm even beyond its iconic legacy. What emerged from their secretive ateliers is no mere Chiron evolution, but a Le Mans prototype in disguise called Bolide, an apt name denoting an exceptionally bright meteor searing the night sky. In this case, Bugatti's goal was an unparalleled circuit car, bridling their mighty quad-turbo W16 motor into a competition-honed carbon chassis sculpted by the wind alone. The Bolide certainly cuts an ominous form in profile, resembling a Le Mans prototype crossed with a Group C racer from Endurance's golden era. Yet hidden beneath its slick silhouette rages an 8-liter 16-cylinder power plant propelling this stripped-down speed sled to 62 miles per hour in a physics-defying 2.17 seconds. Out back, a new 7-speed sequential gearbox channels titanic torque to 325 series Michelins, specially constructed to harness all 1,825 tire-shredding horsepower created by the bespoke race-spec motor. This is no gentle hypercar either. The Bolide lapped the Nordschleife Nürburgring in 5 minutes 23 seconds, 7 full seconds quicker than the fastest F1 pole time around the same circuit. Just 40 examples of this $5 million circuit assassin will ever see fruition when deliveries commence in 2024. Until then, sightings are as fleeting as the shooting stars this otherworldly Bugatti was named for that still managed to eclipse everything in its stratospheric wake. Number 7. RollsRoyce Boattail. If you're the type that thinks yachts are still just too easy to park, then set your sights on this, the RollsRoyce Boattail. At 19 feet long, this aptly named car is ready to set sail out of the showroom directly into the sweepstakes for the most outrageously extravagant vehicle ever conceived. Handcrafted over 4 years by the finest artisans and engineers within Rolls-Royce's exclusive coach build service, the Boattail carries a decadent $28 million price tag, making it the most expensive new car in the world. But one glimpse at its avant-garde rear end reveals where all that blue-blooded money goes. At the push of a button, the back opens to uncover what can only be described as a millionaire's paradise. Cocktail tables that would look at home in the finest lounge bar emerge from the flanks, while a parasol rises to shelter occupants from the glare of paparazzi and common folk. And no billionaire's picnic would be complete without champagne on ice, so the Rolls-Royce center console bisects the cabin front to rear, transforming into a drinks cabinet housing bottles of Armand de Brignac, the preferred bubbles of rappers and royalty. Yes, the Boattail may still have wheels that turn, but with so much real estate dedicated to simply lounging and living the high life, it feels more like a custom coach-built palace on the move. Only 3 will ever exist, exclusively for Rolls-Royce to lavish upon their wealthiest and most loyal patrons. Number 6. Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Some of the most extreme Lamborghinis ever unleashed began life as the Roadster variants of the legendary Veneno hypercar, a laboratory on wheels showcasing future technologies using fighter jet inspiration melded with Italian flair. But in 2018, the Roadster version made headlines for more than blistering speed when it became ensnared in a banking scandal involving exotic cars linked to money laundering and corrupt foreign officials. In the fallout, an 8.4 million Veneno Roadster was confiscated by Swiss authorities, making it the most expensive Lamborghini ever seized in history. Despite the shady origins, this raging bull maintains all the potency and brawn fans expect. Lift off the scissor doors to uncover a racing cockpit bested by a 750 horsepower, 6.5-liter V12 power plant. Acceleration is blistering thanks to max torque channeled to permanent all-wheel drive, meaning 0 to 60 miles per hour dispatches in under 3 seconds. But it's the open-top theater that allows this Lambo's inner savage out. Roof stowed and engine screaming, the Veneno Roadster transforms into 720-pound automobile lightning. Advanced aerodynamics keeps it stuck to the road up to a scarcely believable top speed, north of 220 miles per hour. Exactly how corrupt bureaucrats make their escape in the movies. In the twisting tale of this particular open-top Veneno lies a sobering reminder that money and power can corrupt even the world's finest exotic creations, built to bring happiness. But there's still hope this $500,000 carbon fiber Cabrio will fall into more deserving hands one day. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Lamborghini makes some of the most expensive cars in the world, known for premium design and high performance. However, Lamborghini also designs outrageous concept vehicles that push boundaries, like this all-black concept that looks like a perfect Batmobile for the Dark Knight. This radical new concept allegedly incorporates the craziest new tech Lamborghini is developing. Rather than using typical carbon fiber construction, it features specially patented long carbon strands for exceptional physical properties. They are working on self-healing carbon fiber. By applying microchannels filled with conductive resin through 3D printing, cracks and impacts can be detected and automatically repaired. The electric charge flows around the damage to heal and rebond the carbon. What are your thoughts on this technology? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. The mere whisper of the name Aston Martin elicits imagery of refined grand touring cars sculpted for champagne wishes and caviar dreams. But the British brand is now hell-bent on smashing that stereotype, as new owners set their sights on crushing the world's toughest tracks and most vicious speed events. Enter the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro Le Mans prototype refugee that looks like an alien scout ship before dissolving into otherworldly speed. Sharing only the basic shape of Aston's nascent hypercar, the AMR Pro receives its pulse from a sonorous 6.5-liter Cosworth V12 built exclusively for race use, churning out 1,050 raging horsepower. With its prey locked, scissor doors raised like wings, this apex hunter launches forward on Michelin racing slicks towards a top speed north of 250 miles per hour, thanks to extreme aerodynamics producing literal tons of downforce, pushing the tires into the track. Only 40 copies of this $9 million road course assassin will ever be built, and all are sold. Despite the race-winning intentions, buyers should be warned. This car comes with no airbags or traction control, but that's a risk gentlemen drivers and pro racers alike will gladly take for a chance to master the most menacing track beast ever to emerge from Aston Martin's lair. Number 4. The billionaire's custom RollsRoyce Boattail. In the world of bespoke vehicles, it doesn't get more exclusive than commissioning a one-off custom car. With effectively an unlimited budget, what lengths would you go to if granted access to Rolls-Royce's fabled coach build service? For the son of billionaire Samuel Tak Lee, the answer was clear. Create a nautically inspired exotic evoking the elegance of 1920s luxury travel merged with the sporting spirit of vintage racing yachts. And so, after 4 years of hand-forming aluminum over traditional wood frameworks, the 13 million RollsRoyce Boattail was born. Very likely the most expensive new car ever commissioned by an individual. At nearly 18 feet long, its sweeping fastback silhouette flows uninterrupted from stern to bow, tapering gracefully like the hull of a prized sea vessel. Gullwing doors rise to unveil an interior furnished in the finest aniline leathers, book-matched wood veneers, and hand-polished metal brightwork. Even the glass roof appears carved from a single block of crystal. Yet hiding beneath the handcrafted finery lies the mechanical heart of Rolls-Royce's flagship Phantom, tuned to deliver adequate thrust for this nautical-themed luxury land yacht. When you're born into a family empire worth over 30 billion like Mr. Samson Tack Lee, perhaps treating yourself to a custom coach-built Rolls as a personal luxury toy makes absolute sense. Clearly, this patron of fine automobiles understands that sometimes being sweeping in your luxury tastes is the only way to travel. Number 3. Bugatti's Cento. In the exclusive world of automotive aristocracy, no marque boasts a more illustrious 110-year pedigree of delivering the world's most exceptional motor cars than Bugatti. So how would the legendary French brand celebrate more than a century at the pinnacle of excessive engineering excess? By creating a modern reinterpretation of the landmark EB110 supercar, of course. Behold the Bugatti Cento 100 units for 110 years. With its angular wedge silhouette and 5 round air scoops flanking the center spine, the Cento resurrects one of the most instantly recognizable shapes in 1990s automotive history for the modern era. But while the styling may be a respectful homage to the past, the performance is staggeringly contemporary. An 8-liter quad-turbo W16 motor churns out 1,578 horsepower, capable of thrusting this angular aero over 60 miles per hour, 3.4 seconds on its way to 236 miles per hour. Yes, those are numbers that leave even Bugatti's current 3 million Chiron flagship for dead in the rearview mirror. And expectedly so, considering the Cento demands nearly triple the investment once the 9 million pre-order slot is secured. But all 100 build allocations sold out instantly to Bugatti faithful, clamoring for this uncommon slice of birthday history. The astronomical price tag may seem absurd for a mere concept automobile rendering alone. That is, until the finished product rolls under the spotlights in flesh, blood, and steel next year. And for those Cento buyers with especially deep pockets, unique two-tone paint schemes or personalized interiors will only balloon the bottom line further into the financial stratosphere. Number 2. Pagani Z HP Barchetta. With sculpted carbon panels enveloping its mechanicals like a 3D maze, the Pagani Z carved itself an enduring reputation as one of the most instantly recognizable hypercars of the digital age. Yet 18 years after birthing this Italian icon, the shape-shifting Zonda refuses to relinquish grip on its place among the elite. In fact, Pagani claims the Zonda HP Barchetta unveiled in 2017 represents the absolute Zonda zenith, the highly exclusive last-ever example bearing this legendary nameplate, yours today for $17.6 million. But can yet another iteration of Horatio's polygonal vaporware cheat physics like all that came before? You betcha. Wedged behind the passenger cell lies a further evolution of AMG's hallmark 7.3-liter atmospheric V12, massaged to deliver 789 flaming horsepower without forced induction. 0 to 60 miles per hour evaporates in 3 flats, while the top end exceeds 221 miles per hour with the Barchetta's blue carbon roof stowed. Yes, those are face-warping numbers even among elite companies. Yet most impressive is the fact that Pagani plans to construct only 3 Zonda HP Barchettas for well-heeled Zonda fanatics, too impatient for Pagani's forthcoming Huayra successor. That exclusivity makes this capstone Zonda potentially the rarest modern interior engine exotic on Earth, and equal in value to some of the world's most premium real estate. So was Horatio's Roadster the ultimate iteration of his namesake? For legions of die-hard Zonda devotees, owning this topless carbon fiber trophy is the only way to stay forever on the bleeding edge of Sant'Agata engineering. Number 1. Bejeweled Hurricane. In the influencer era where Instagram reigns supreme, Racking up likes and lavish displays of conspicuous consumption mean everything. So how does an aspiring Russian social media star set herself apart in the quest for maximum viral engagement? By crystallizing her Lamborghini Huracan supercar in over 1.3 million hand-applied Swarovski gems, of course. When studying in London, Daria Radionova sought the ultimate eye-catching whip to turbocharge her Instagram standing. Her ruby-red Huracan coupe certainly turned heads on its own, packing a naturally aspirated 610-horsepower V10 engine. But merely owning a $250,000 Lambo felt too predictable, Daria reasoned from her penthouse condo. This ambitious, self-made billionaire heiress aimed to sparkle brighter than any influencer before her. And sparkle it does, as expert artisans painstakingly studded every inch of the Huracan's bodywork with rainbow Swarovski crystals perfectly contoured to each sweeping surface. Illuminated by the slightest ray of sun, Daria's bespoke Lambo now refracts dazzling brilliance certain to burn permanent retina prints into spectators' minds. The final six-figure enhancement price? Nearly $75,000 is a mere pocket change for this emerging startup investor, hungry to eclipse her competitors in the great influencer space race burning up social feeds worldwide. Miss Radionova has certainly crystallized herself into a commanding lead with 4 sparkling wheels. Every wide-eyed double tap only fuels this self-made Cinderella's determination to make her mark on the digital world, one jewel-encrusted supercar selfie at a time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.